Hi, it's me, Shakti Sundari, and I'm just making this video this morning on what are you attached to that is holding you back. So, yeah, this came to me as something I wanted to share this morning. I was meditating this morning and I got a real clarity around something that was very important for me, and it also felt important to share it. So what are you attached to that is holding you back? This is a really good thing to meditate upon and bring into your awareness, particularly now as we come to the end of the cycle of this year. And there's this great opportunity for expansion within us right now at this time. And of course, conventionally, the end of the year is also a time to reflect upon what we want to release and what we want to call in. So I came to this new insight in terms of, I have noticed that in the last year for me, where I have been feeling for most of this last year, my best self, my most expanded self, my most aware self, my most loving self, my most happy self, my most self-fulfilled self, that a lot of friends of mine have kind of moved away from me for various reasons, but just like suddenly the old circle of friends that I had is no longer really there in the same way. And I've noticed that and been curious about it, and for the most part I haven't really been upset about it, but it's just been something I've noticed. And what that's also prompted me to do is to call in a new circle of friends, I guess, who are kind of vibing with me on this same wavelength. And I was in a meeting yesterday with a friend, and we were talking about the goddess Kali and about how she is the power, the energy that cuts through, that clears, that kills, that destroys, in order to recreate and make space for the new. And I have a relationship with this goddess Kali. She is almighty, all-powerful, and she has really worked in my life for some years now. So I know her, I know this energy, it's not to be messed with, and I know that in that absolute, what's the word, she takes no prisoners, as it were. What's the word I'm looking for? Not relentless, but complete unyielding cutting through of any shit. She will just completely clear the way. I've come to understand that there's a lot of love there as well, which I didn't realize at first. At first it felt very harsh. So this friend said to me, you know, Kali is just clearing the way, for the new to come into your life. So rather than mourning the loss and feeling like, oh, why is this happening to me, accept what is happening as this is the state of things, and just see it as this clearing that is taking place in your life. As you ascend, as you grow, as you evolve, making space for the new. And I hadn't really seen it so clearly in that light until that moment. And then as I was meditating this morning, it became really clear to me, again in a way that I hadn't been aware of before, that in a way I've been holding on to friendships more as a memory of what they were than as an actuality of what they are. So, you know, I have a very loving, loyal, open nature that stays attached. Like once I'm intimate with somebody on any level, whether that's as a lover or as a friend, I feel bonded. And you know, that's just a part of my nature. Maybe that's also part of human nature. But what I realized is that I've been attached and holding on to memories based in the past and living with those memories as if they are the present. And actually they're not. As I, in meditation, explore the reality of the nature of certain friendships or aspects of my life that I've been feeling attached to and giving energy to, I realized actually that level of friendship actually isn't there as a reality in the now. So I saw that very clearly, and it was really useful for me to recognize that in a way then that attachment has held me back from opening to new friendships or new opportunities. And in the same way, like, we can then apply that insight to every area of our life. You know, some of us are more prone to getting attached than others, or to holding a bond than others. So know yourself in that. I know that I do bond and attach very strongly. So that's also a part of my character to be aware of. But just for example, with love relationships, again, I know from experience that many a time I've stayed bonded, I've stayed attached, I've stayed holding somebody in my heart, holding somebody in my energy field, holding somebody in my awareness for a very long time, beyond when a relationship has ended. And then when I have finally actually let go, a new opportunity has opened up in terms of being free to explore an area of life that I wasn't exploring, and energy is released in terms of bringing more energy back into my life, bringing more love back to myself. And then I look back and I think, why was I giving so much to something that was no longer real? So this is a really good exercise for you to meditate upon now, in terms of any area of your life, whether it's lovers, whether it's friendships, whether it is something in your work, whether it is a belief that you are holding about yourself, a belief that is actually no longer true. It's based upon a past experience or a relationship. Like, give yourself the time and space to explore, why am I holding on to this? Is this actually based on something now that is true in this moment now? Because all we are able to do is live in the present. Is it based in the present, or is it based on a past memory? Is it based on a future projection, or is it based in presence, in the now, on what I'm living and experiencing now? And if it's not, then why are you holding on to it? And how could you enable yourself to release that, to create space within your being for the new to enter? Really good time now to let go of anything that is just stale, holding you back, limiting you in your beliefs, in your relationships, in your friendships, in your being, and open up to the expanse of infinite possibilities that are out there. You know, it's only our own limitations that really hold us back. And I say that to myself as much as to anyone who's watching this. So that is simply my message that I was called to share today. And as always, I welcome your comments, I welcome your questions, I welcome your shares, and just that's it. Thank you for being with me and watching today. Have a beautiful day. Lots of love. Sat Nam.